Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So let's start chapter 2 of class 10 textbook, that is acids, bases and salts. So in this chapter we are going to learn about different physical and chemical properties of acids, bases and salts. We are going to learn about neutralization reaction, application of those neutralization reaction in our day-to-day lives. We are going to learn about pH scale and different types of indicators which help in determining the characteristic of any solution, whether the solution is acidic solution or the solution is basic solution. So let's start the chapter. So first we are going to learn about what are acids. So first let me give a brief about acids, bases and salts. So first discuss about acids. Okay, so acids are hydrogen containing substances which are capable of donating this hydrogen ion or a proton to another substance. These acids have hydrogen ion, that's why they are capable of donating this hydrogen ion to another substance. Okay, and these acids are sour in taste. Their taste is sour. You must have heard about different acids like hydrochloric acid, nitric acid HNO3, sulfuric acid H2SO4, phosphoric acid H3PO4. So all these acids, we are seeing that all these acids have hydrogen ion in common to them. There is a hydrogen ion in all. That's why they are capable of donating this proton to another substance. Right? There are other acids also called organic acids, which are found in plant and animal materials like formic acid, found in sting of a bee, oxalic acid, lactic acid, ascorbic acid, tartaric acid. They are example of organic acids. These are basically weak acids, right? Now let's study about bases. What are these bases? So bases are those chemical substances which are bitter in taste. Their taste is bitter. Okay, and when you touch them, you will feel soapy. And they dissolve in water to produce hydroxide ion, OH minus. Like NaOH, when it is dissolved in water, it produces Na plus OH minus ion. It releases hydroxide ion. Okay, like NaOH, KOH, COH2, ZNOH2, all these are examples of base. Like sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, zinc hydroxide. So all these bases have hydroxide ion in common to them. So we have seen that all acids have hydrogen ion in common to them, while all bases have hydroxide ion in common to them. Okay, and the bases which are soluble in water, are called alkalis, like NaOH. We have seen. So we can say that all alkalis are bases while all bases are not alkalis. Right? So this was brief about bases. Now we will learn about salts. So these salts are produced due to reaction between acid and base. When you combine an acid and a base together, you get salt. And water is also being produced. When you are combining an acid and a base together, you get a salt and water. And there is huge amount of heat which is also being released. So on combining acid and base together, you are getting salt and there is huge amount of heat that is being liberated. And due to this huge amount of heat, it increases the temperature of reaction mixture. So the heat which is being liberated on combining acid and base together is increasing the temperature of reaction mixture. And this heat which is being released is making this reaction an exothermic reaction. So that's why this reaction is an example of exothermic reaction. So the process of combining an acid and base together is an example of exothermic reaction because huge amount of heat is being liberated here. And this reaction is also called neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction. Why neutralization reaction? Because both acid and base, they both neutralize the effect of each other. Here the acidity characteristic of an acid is being destroyed and here the characteristic of the base is being destroyed. That's why it is called neutralization reaction. Right? And the salt which is being produced on combining an acid and base together can be an acidic salt, it can be a basic salt, or it can be a neutral salt. So this salt can be an acidic salt, or it can be a basic salt, or it can be a neutral salt. Right? So we will see about this. When you take strong acid and strong base together, when you combine strong acid and strong base together, you get a neutral salt. When you take strong acid while weak base, you get acidic salt. While when you take weak acid and a strong base together, you get basic salt. Okay. So what are these strong acids and strong bases? Okay. Now we will see this. So the strength of any acid or strength of any base is dependent on number of hydrogen ion or number of hydroxide ion that is being produced. Okay. When they are being dissolved in water, if number of hydrogen ion an acid produces are more, then the acid will be called strong acid. And if the number of hydroxide ion which are being released are more, then the base will be a strong base. So strong acid completely ionizes in water, while a weak acid will not completely ionize in water. It will be partially ionized in water. Strong acids like HCl, HNO3, weak acids like lactic acid, acetic acid, and strong bases like NaOH, KOH, all they both are strong base, while weak base like copper hydroxide, zinc hydroxide. For example, if we take acetic acid and sulfuric acid. Acetic acid and sulfuric acid of same concentration. For example, we are taking concentration 1 molar. We have taken acetic acid and sulfuric acid of same concentration 1 molar. We will see that it will produce less number of hydrogen ion. This acetic acid will produce less number of hydrogen ion in water, while sulfuric acid will produce more number of hydrogen ion in water in the same concentration. We have taken concentration same of both the acids. We will see that it will produce less number of hydrogen ion while it will produce more number of hydrogen ion. So this will be called weak acid and this will be called strong acid. Right? Now, both acids and base, they are called electrolytes. Electrolytes means which are good conductor of electricity. As both acid and base, they both ionize in water. Acid releases hydrogen ion while base releases hydroxide ion. They both ionizes in water. They both are electrolytes. So that this feature is common between an acid and a base, that both are electrolytes. They both ionizes in water, right? Now there are some indicators which tell us about characteristic of any acid or characteristic of any base, whether the solution is acidic or the solution is basic. Right? For example, there is an indicator called litmus. This litmus solution is basically a purple dye, which is extracted from a plant called lichen. And this lichen belongs to the plant group called Thallophyta. This litmus tells whether the solution is an acidic solution or the solution is basic solution. Now the acids turn blue litmus paper to red. Acid will turn blue litmus paper to red, while bases will turn blue litmus paper to bases will turn red litmus paper to blue. So this was litmus indicator. Now we will see turmeric as an indicator. Turmeric. If we add acid solution in turmeric, the acidic solution we will see that there is no change in color. Right? While if we add turmeric and base, the solution will become red. Okay, so if we are adding turmeric in an acidic solution, there will be no change in color of the solution, while if we add turmeric in a basic solution, we will see that the solution is becoming red in color. Okay, now we will see phenolphthalein as an indicator. Phenolphthalein. This is an organic indicator. Okay, now if we add phenolphthalein in an acidic solution, the solution will be colorless. The solution will become colorless. While if we add phenolphthalein in a basic solution, the solution will turn pink in color. Right? And if we see methyl orange as an indicator, if we add this methyl orange in an acidic solution, the solution will become red. While if we add methyl orange in a basic solution, the solution will become yellow. Okay, so this was all about indicators which were telling us whether the solution is an acidic solution or the solution is basic solution. Okay, now we are going to learn about some chemical properties of acids and bases. Right? For example, when you combine an acid and metal together, you get a salt and hydrogen gas is liberated. Like if you take metal as zinc and if you are taking acid, sulfuric acid, you will see that a salt is being produced, that is zinc sulfate. This is a salt. While an acid and base plus metal, if we react base and metal together, still you will get a salt and hydrogen gas will be liberated. For example, we take zinc as metal and base NaOH. If we react both of them together, we will see that a salt is being produced, that is Na2ZnO2. Sodium zincate. Right? So now we will see another properties. If we react acid and metal oxide together, we will see that salt is being produced and water is also being produced because this metal oxide is a base. This is giving us a salt. So this reaction is also an example of neutralization reaction because you are getting salt, because metal oxide is a base. Right? For example, you are taking metal oxide, this copper oxide, and you are reacting this with hydrochloric acid, you see that copper chloride gets formed. This is a salt. Copper chloride is a salt which is green in color. Likewise, acid plus metal carbonate, acid plus metal carbonate will give you salt, plus carbon dioxide will also be released, plus water. Right? Like methyl carbonate you take as Na2CO3 and acid as HCl, you will see that a salt is being produced which is NaCl plus CO2 plus H2O. Likewise, if you react acid and metal bicarbonate together, still you will get a salt, carbon dioxide and water. For example, metal bicarbonate like NaHCO3 plus HCl, NaCl as a salt, right? Understood? So this was some chemical properties of acids and bases. Now we are going to study about other things in our next video. About different kinds of salts like plaster of Paris, common salt, NaCl, baking soda. We are going to learn about all these things in our next video. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel. And thank you for watching. Thanks.